go away is the people that were in their house, they just bought it, they made $100,000 in equity over 2 years, and their old interest rate was 3.99. Their new interest rate was going to be 3.25, so they could move up, buy the house, have no consequences besides a little bit of chaos moving, no consequences, and their mortgage payment be the same, and get that brand new house, the house with an extra 800 square feet, the house with the pool, the 2 acres instead of a half acre, all those things. And that's what's important, is that you and I get to talk to these people, and you call us, and we'll help you set up, what does your dream home look like? Where does your next move look like? How do you coordinate that process? Because I've done it. I mean, I literally do it hundreds of times every year.
Absolutely. And we like solving those problems. And we like helping you people with your emotional train wreck of going through a real estate transaction, walk you through it and get you through it safely and with as little chaos as you can possibly have. But you know what? We're empathetic to that. We know that buying a home can be a stressful process. You forget about the mortgage process. The whole thing, moving the family, putting the kids in new school, getting everything loaded up, having a garage sale. What do we keep? Are we keeping grandma's old dresser, or are we putting that in the garage sale, right? Those are a lot, but you know what? Those are emotional things that people go through, and we understand that. We understand that there's external stresses on us all the time, and that's why we're here. I think we're counselors. I'm not in the mortgage business. I'm in the psychology business.
Yep. And I got an email this week, Bruce, from a gentleman in Windermere asking about when's the right time to adjust my price. He realizes the market's not what it was. He didn't get 20 offers on his house the first week. He got one he thought was really low. It was like way below list price. Now, here's what we do. When we go back to adjusting prices for the sellers, when you change your market position, this is what I suggest. If it's the number of footsteps through the front door. Now, if you got 20 people through, let's say you're listed for $799, you're listed for $800,000. You got 20 people through the door with no offers, you're probably just off 1%, 2%, 3%.
Probably.
And you just adjust a little bit. Now, this is the way the public shops. Now, you don't wait 6 months. I was looking for some homes yesterday in the MLS, and I was amazed. Bunch of listings. They all been on the market for over 60 days, which is just about unheard of, and no pricing adjustments. And the homes looked okay. They looked good. Like there was nothing wrong. There's no billy goat in the front yard. And they had easy access to them. So it was obviously just market position. And other homes are still selling. You know, when you look at market absorption and you understand that, your realtor should know what that word means and understand that, or just call me. That's how many homes around you sold. If you didn't sell, what sold? The one down the street had a 4-car garage. You've got a 3. They had a pool. You don't. You're the same price. You've got to make adjustments like that, because what happens, even if you adjust it just $5,000, everybody's phone dings, the public and the realtors. And that's how people shop.
Well, it changes the filter in MLS too.
And it's also got so many people looking at it, and then it looks like a fresh listing. And I can't tell you how many times I've done this. And I specialize at selling homes, whatever kind of market it is, but getting it done quickly and getting it done for the right price for the seller. So you can call me at 407-352-8118. I know we're coming up against a break. When we get back, I want to talk about all these cash iBuyers out there, Bruce. And what's happening to them.
Yep. And if you have any questions for the Loan Arranger, 33 years in the business, closed well over 10,000 transactions. We're licensed in all 50 states. I can help you with any type of mortgage that you could possibly think of. The only ones I don't do are commercial and land loans. Everything else I got, from construction perm to down payment assistance. You can call me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Or go to my website at webringyouhome.com. If you're a first-time home buyer, Cleve and I are offering a discount that we will contribute toward your closing costs and will negotiate with the seller. This is the best time to buy. If you are a first responder, educator, teacher, healthcare worker, you may qualify for Hometown Heroes. I will be teaching a class this month on Hometown Heroes at Miller's Ale House on Wednesday the 20th from 6 to 7:30, but you must register at webringyouhome.com to get into that class. But I'm going to tell you something. If you are a real estate agent or if you are a client that wants to buy a home and you're interested in up to $25,000 in down payment assistance, you better get into that class quick. So go to webringyouhome.com. If you are a real estate agent and you want to know more about construction perm lending so you can help your clients, or if you own land and want to build your own custom home, I'm holding a class on Friday the 15th in Claremont at the Outback Steakhouse from 11:30 to 1. Register at webringyouhome.com. When we come back, we'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger radio show. To reach Cleve, he can be reached at 407-352-8118. 8118 or the Loan Arranger at 407-250-9144. Hold tight. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more juicy information about the real estate market.
Welcome back to the Loveland Report, Central Florida's only real estate show. It's got a host on. Let's say, how long have I been doing this? I've been doing this since the
130 years.
The dawn of time. But one thing I want to talk about, Bruce, I mentioned iBuyers. And these are those companies saying, we'll give you a cash offer, we'll give you a cash offer. Now, I always talk about time is money. And that's basically what these offers are. It's like, do you want to have something simple and in writing now and get 70% of what your home is worth? Or let me show you how to prep it, a couple weekends of elbow grease, maybe decluttering, put some stuff in storage or have a garage sale.
And get 97%.
And actually, lately I'm still getting 101%. So I'm still getting list and marketing a house and getting multiple offers over list price. It's not hard, but it's having a pricing expert, knowing where to put the house, how does it look, helping you, stage the house inside. All the stuff I do, it's all free. I'll come out and I'll give you a 50-point checklist that I've developed over the past 30 years. All these things that I've learned, I know what works and what doesn't. But you've got to have the house in great shape. You got to look good. You got to know your competition. And that's what's happening right now is you've got competition. You didn't have competition before. And all your other neighbors, your only competition, they were sold. They had a line around the block to get in to look at it. That's shifting. We're shifting away from that, depending on the neighborhood, depending on the price of the home. So very important. Like I've got one coming up for $239,000. That's a great price in Central Florida.
That's unheard of.
It's small. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's like 1,000 square feet with a carport.
Where is that?
Big lot. I can't tell you yet. So it's going to be in Orlando, but it's a great.
So call Cleve at 407-352-8118
Yep.
if you want to see this.
I've got one in the Lake Sibilia area.
But you better call soon because I'm calling him as soon as we get off the air.
I've got one in the Maitland area right by Lake Sibilia for $999. Great house, gated neighborhood, custom home, all redone. And it's about 3,400 square feet.
Does that have lake access?
Not Lake Sibilia. You can't really do anything on Lake Sibilia. It's got like a view out your front porch. So,
right.
But it's that area. It's not right on Lake Sibilia. But I've got the listings coming. I've got one in St. Cloud for $320,000. Great starter home. Now this one's rough. It was a rental, kind of rode hard and put up wet, but it just needs about $10,000. It would be fabulous. Rent for probably around $2,000 a month, or be a great primary. No HOA, but this is a newer home. This isn't one of the older homes. Downtown St. Cloud. So I've got all these listings. Whatever your real estate plans are, give me a call. We will help you with them, whether it's for this year, next year. I talk to a lot of people, Bruce, 3, 6, 9 months out, 12 months out on planning and prepping for their next real estate move. Just like you got a financial advisor telling you what to do to help you with your money for retirement. Hopefully you do. If you don't, call us. We'll get you a good one. But call me at 407-352-8118. And Bruce, real quick, how much time we got?
We got about 2 minutes.
Tell me about rates and where you think they'll go over the next month or so.
All right. So this is the Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger prediction. Okay. So here's what I think is going to happen. We've seen a little bit of a settlement in interest rates in the last 2 weeks. Don't think that that's going to stay this way. I'm telling you, lock your loan in now.
That's like the guy that was waiting for 2.5 to go down to 2.25.
I'm just telling you, it's good. Because you're going to see another increase because inflation is still looming and we have not hit the peak of inflation. And don't trust your government to tell you that we're not in a recession. We're in a recession. So in order to curb inflation, you have to raise interest rates. So the Fed's going to do another Fed hike. Right now, we're kind of in between because we don't know when the next one is. However, things have settled, so take advantage of that right now. I think that we saw about 1/4 point to 1/2 point reduction of the discount point just in the last 2 weeks. Now, you have to take that and put that in perspective. The weeks prior to that, we were seeing as much as a full point increase in a 1-day period.
So a little less closing costs.
A little less closing costs. Rates are staying about the same. You might have seen an 1/8 point drop in interest rates. But I expect that we'll continue to rise in interest rates through October. We might go through November, depending on how things are looking in the midterms. If we do see conservatives take over the House and the Senate in the midterms, and that seems to be the case, I think that we'll start to see some our stock market increase.
Well, Wall Street loves a stalemate.
Yes, they do love a stalemate.
Yep.
They love a stalemate.
How much time we got?
We got about a minute.
All right.
Actually, no, we have about 30 seconds. So let's
Loveland
go ahead
Properties,
and give out our phone
407-352-8118 or lovelandreport.com.
Yes, or the loanarranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Easiest website for application ever, webringyouhome.com. Be back in 5.
Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Loanarranger Show. I am Cleve, Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate. Chances are one of those rooftops on your street. I've helped sell it, buy it, or manage it in the past 50 years. My family's been doing Central Florida real estate for about that long. And Bruce, I want to ask you, I've been negotiating some things as this market shifts a little bit. Buyers are kind of getting a little more flexibility. And I had
and sellers are getting a little bit more flexible too.
Well, I'm having nobody, and I don't think even when things were wildly mildly out of control with all the 30 offers on a house, I didn't have anybody waiving inspections on a property. I don't advise that.
No, I don't either.
I had some inspections that were done. You know, all contracts are as is, but you can always ask for something. It's usually contingent on your inspection. So we had one. There were some repairs, and the seller, and we thought it was only about $1,000 worth of repairs, but we asked for $5,000. Well, we got $3,000.
Okay.
And loan amount of $290. So we asked the seller to pay for closing costs. Can the buyer say, hey, give me a discount point? Will that lower the rate some?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, you're finding that clients are paying more points now than they've ever paid in the past. It's actually unusual to charge a client origination fees or points in the past. But now, due to compression in the market, you're seeing that most banks and lenders don't even offer no-point loans because they're not available. Mm-hmm. And the reason they're not available is that the secondary market knows that all of you are going to refinance, so they're going to get their money up front.
Okay, I understand that. All right.
So yeah, the secondary market is already positioned. They're reading tea leaves. They're actually controlling the market, believe it or not.
Yep.
But so we know that if you get an interest rate right now in the 5s or the 6s, that you're going to refinance when they drop them down. So they go, hey, we're not going to make our interest over the next 5 years because you're going to refi me, so I'm going to charge you more now.
Then it's not a good idea to ask for points.
No, it actually is a good idea because,
okay.
Yes, and here's why. Sellers are becoming more flexible. It can reduce your interest rate. You will still save money during that time period because you and I don't know when that drop is going to happen. Okay. Is that drop going to be in 6 months or is it going to be in 5 years?
Okay.
But we don't know that.
All right.
So let's take advantage of what we can get. But new guidelines on what's called bona fide pricing, and I don't want to get esoteric on that, lenders can only charge the client in all fees combined, everything combined that comes from the lender cannot exceed 3%. Now, that's a federal guideline. That's a law. But now clients, if you had, let's just say, a 610 credit score, not a great credit score, right?
Yeah.
And the lowest points you can get are 2.5 points. You're riding a thin edge. Mm-hmm. But what if you needed to buy that rate down to get that client to qualify? The client doesn't qualify to buy it down, but we can get the seller to do it.
Okay,
provided the contract says seller agrees to pay
a
2% or 2 points towards buyer's points.
Great.
And if you do that, then I can attribute the seller's money toward that and make your buyer qualify.
This is what I love doing the show with you because we get to hear about what's actually going on. And I know when you get a loan, you know which way to get it done right. So realtors, if you're listening out there, whenever Bruce rescues a couple deals a month for me, when I have other realtors calling me saying, well, I think the buyer's going to change lenders and we're going to miss our loan commitment. I go, well, you can send over a cancellation. We're going to take your deposit, or you can transfer over to Bruce Woodburn, the loanarranger. We'll let you go there, and then we'll really see what's going on. And most of the time you get them a better rate, a better loan, and very few times have you ever said, wasn't a loan there.
No, very seldom. However, I see it both ways. I see other lenders approve people that aren't approvable, and then they deny them at the very last minute. Mm-hmm. That happens mostly with big banks.
Hello, Mr. Megabank.
Yep, happens mostly with big banks. And then I see people that are like, I went to 3 banks, I can't get a loan, and I come to them, I go, no, we just need to change this and do this and change that, and you'll be good to go. I closed one last week. Lady worked for a produce company, and she had been denied by her bank and another bank. I pulled the loan off and closed it in 3 weeks.
And what are you seeing out there? It's like, how about our bank statement loans? Are those still available?
Yeah, absolutely. We're doing 12 and 24-month bank statement programs for self-employed people. You provide me with your bank statements. I analyze and determine income from that. You leave your tax returns at home because you didn't show any money on it anyway, right?
Yep.
So it's all you self-employed people out there. You're driving the fancy trucks, right? You're making lots of money.
The new F-150
The
Lightning.
new F-150,
Yep.
right? But you're driving a nice vehicle. You make good money. You have good credit. You have cash in the bank, but you're not showing the IRS that you're making any money.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This is not a judgment.
Well, you say you have a 12-month statement, and then you have a 24-month bank statements. If they give 24 months, they get a better rate.
it can be a little bit better
Yeah.
if you're able to, but I analyze it and I tell you which one I want to use, because if I can get you a better rate, I want to get you a better rate. But if the 24 months has got too much of a disparity between 1 year and another, it can be a red flag.
Okay.
And I don't want that to happen. So I look at it and go, get rid of the 24 month and let's do 12.
So buyers out there right now, they should call you to get fast track. They should call you to get their bank statement loan, or their construction perm, or their hometown heroes. Let's talk about that. Give them your number. Let's
Absolutely.
Talk about
First, write down this number because you're going to need me for you or somebody you know, and you can always reach me directly on my line at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or go directly to my website and apply online. It's easy. Go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. Hometown Heroes. New down payment assistance through the state of Florida, e-housing, which is the governmental agency that regulates and applies all the down payment assistance programs in the state of Florida. They have come out with Hometown Heroes. It's a remarkable program. It's got, you can go up to 150% of the median income, which is great. That puts you at about combined income household family, about $125,000 here in Central Florida, which is great. More flexibility than your local down payment assistance programs. You can get up to $25,000.
Yep.
You must be in the healthcare industry, and you have to be certified in all these industries, or one of the industries rather. Healthcare, meaning like a nurse, okay? Educator, teacher, nannies, if you're certified nanny.
Really?
Home health, yes. Fire department, EMTs, police department, jail correctional officers. As long as you're certified in that occupation and you fall under the Hometown Heroes employment guidelines, you could qualify for up to $25,000.
Is this a state of Florida thing, or is this a cross-country thing?
No, it is a state of Florida thing, but CrossCountry is one of the lenders that are implementing
Allowed
this
to do
program.
it. Okay. All right.
Yep, we are certified with it. All of my loan officers are all certified with it. We are available 7 days a week. You can call my number. I will put you in touch with one of my LOs that's certified in every one of these programs. And listen, Hometown Heroes is great. But we can stack that with our buyer program. We can stack that with getting seller concessions. And let's say that you don't get the whole $25,000, because it's 5% of the loan amount up to $25,000. So $25,000, you'd have to be at about a 512, I think, 515 property to get the full $25,000.
And our average price in Central Florida is in the fours.
In the fours, so you might get
median's low
15.
fours,
You might
yeah.
get $15,000 to $18,000. But Cleve and I will help you out with some closing costs, and we'll also negotiate seller closing costs. We can do this all together. There's no reason as a first-time home buyer that you don't jump into the market right now. And if you think your credit is not good enough, you come to me and I'll help you fix your credit.
Don't pay one of those services.
Do not pay a service. Come to me, 407-250-9144, or go to webringyouhome.com. I will get you fixed up. Cleve, how do they reach you?
All right. One thing I want to mention, property management rents are going up. Call me, 407-352-8118. If you're that guy out there that has not raised the rent on their tenant in 5 years, I will manage that and I will take over.
It's interesting. I was just reading an article, Cleve, that you know how people were paying over ask price for your houses? That's now happening with rent.
Sometimes that'll happen. There's a shortage of rentals.
I just read an article, and it said this is not just New York, but people are coming in. You want $2,500 a month? I'll give you $3,000. Just give me your house.
I've seen that happen
right?
a few times. Yeah.
So interesting. Another good reason to become a homeowner and a landlord.
Yep.
So you want to invest in real estate. Look at, you max out your 401k, you invest in IRAs, you put some money in the stock market, but you absolutely invest in real estate. There's no way around it. We got about 4 minutes.
Oh, we do? Okay, all right. But that's very important. And I have we teach people how to leapfrog out of one house, buy the next one, and have that rent. I wish I'd kept my first 3 houses.
I'm going to tell you, Cleve and I, this is one of the things Cleve and I are passionate about, and we love giving back because we have been helping so many people with the Leapfrog program that are literally exploding with profits right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely exploding. And I want you guys to experience that. If you've got young adults that want to buy a home, let me show you how you can buy multiple homes and have other people paying your mortgages for you. It's a no-brainer.
Well, the other thing too, on property management, we handle this. It should be a semi-passive or mostly a passive income for you. Not a lot of problems. If you got a lot of problems, call me. I'll manage it for you. I will get you more rent. I will get you the late fees. I don't, like, of all the properties I manage, Bruce, I rarely have anybody late because they know they're going to get charged the biggest late fee they get charged. And $50, people won't pay that on purpose. I charge a daily per diem, but I don't have that problem because of the qualifying process on people coming in. You're asking $4,000 a month for a rental, which used to be like unheard of. That was the luxury McMansion. That's like an average big, large home now, $3,500 to $4,500 in Central Florida. A nice luxury house for somebody that's here for a couple of years or just got divorced or a relo coming into town wants to figure out where they're going to live. But you charge the biggest late fee you can. But when you check them out up front and do the qualification process, you're looking for X amount of income. You're looking for good credit. You're looking for past rental history. You can see the red flags there, just like on a mortgage.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
That way you don't have the issues down the line where you're not getting rent and you can't get the people out.
You know, if you're considering getting into investing in real estate and having some rental properties, give Cleve a call. He's got an excellent company that he manages that helps you manage your rental properties. You just reach him at 407-352-8118. If you'd like to find out what you qualify for when it comes to investment property or leapfrogging, which is always owner occupied, that we wind up turning into investment properties, that's what I did. That made it for me. I'm putting my children through that process, and I'm helping a lot of your kids go through that process right now. All you have to do is go to webringyouhome.com and apply online, or call me and we'll discuss the program. Cleve, we haven't taught a class in over a month on Leapfrog. I think we'll go ahead and put one on the books for
August.
For August.
Yeah, we need to.
So if you have questions about that, it's absolutely a no-brainer. I'm just telling you, everything Cleve and I do are simple. We're not the most complicated people you ever met. I'm definitely not the smartest guy. Cleve's way smarter than I am. My wife is a genius. I'm just basically plugging along, dragging my knuckles on the ground. But I was smart enough to understand how money worked, and I love helping other people learn how to make money work for them. Most of us don't know that. And I'm telling you, I've seen some highly educated people, doctors and lawyers, that are like, you make all this money, but you have no money in the bank. How can that happen? And yet I got a teacher and a cop that make moderate income, and they got millions of dollars in the bank. Why is that? It's because you don't manage money. You don't manage money correctly. I will help you. If you want me to yell at you for a little while, I'll be happy to do that for you as well. 407-352-8118 is Cleve's number, yes. And if you'd like to reach the LoanArranger, he can always be reached at 407-250-9144 or go to our website at webringyouhome.com. We've been talking about Hometown Heroes Down Payment Assistance Program. We're talking about Cleve and I's give back to the home buyers, where you can get up to 25% of the buyer's agent's commission, and they will pay it toward your closing costs. Cleve and I are working hard to negotiate closing costs from the seller to help you. Why not hire a real estate agent and a lender that's not only going to provide you the money and find the home, but negotiate like madmen to be able to get you the best possible deal? That's what we do here, and that's what Cleve and I are passionate about. And by by the way, I have a class coming up for Hometown Heroes that will be on the 20th of this month from 6 to 7:30 at Miller's Ale House. Go to webringyouhome.com and register for that. I've got 45 seats, and I think about 35 of them are taken already. And then my construction perm class for clients that want to build on their own land, or real estate agents that really want to know more about construction perm lending. That will be on the 15th of this month from 11:30 to 1. Go to webringyouhome.com. Cleve and I will be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger radio show. Don't forget, Cleve can always be reached at 407-352-8118 or the Loan Arranger at 407-250-9144. See you in 5 minutes.
Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger. He arranges more loans than anybody in Central Florida, and we're talking to you about all your real estate news, what's going on in this hot market. It's still a hot market, Bruce.
It's a great market.
It's funny what we're used to, and it's kind of like, oh, wow, gas was $5.50, now it's $5. Oh, my gosh, that's great. And It's like, okay, I got 5 offers on this house instead of 20.
Right.
So, but whatever your real estate plans are, whatever your plans to buy a home, if you think you might need to refinance, which can still be done to consolidate debt.
Absolutely.
Call us, and you can reach me at 407-352-8118. I talk to a lot of people, Bruce. I get emails all the time saying, I don't think I'm moving until the kids are out of school next year in 2023. I help them all the time. I stop by, say, this is what you need to do, this is what you don't need to do. Most of the time, what I'm doing is prepping them to call Dave and Patty Lowe for an estate sale,
right,
and then saving them from, I usually save them 20, 30 grand in renovations they don't need to do. I'm like, here, you're probably good with just a paint job, some lawn work, and decluttering and a good estate sale or a garage sale, or give some stuff away. But that's most of it. I don't have people redoing kitchens and redoing flooring unless it's really, really, really torn up. So it's very important. I can advise you on that. It's all free. Call me. I've got a 50-point staging checklist also that is free. This is one thing, Bruce. We're going to see something in the next couple months as the market slows this year. We'll see the return of staging. They're going to be everywhere saying, you got to put this pretty furniture in there.
Yeah.
You know who stagers are? Most of them are unemployed realtors. They couldn't sell any houses.
I get it.
So now they want to rent you furniture for $700 a month.
I hear you.
My staging checklist is working with what you have. I don't think, unless it's a brand new builder's vacant home, you should put any furniture pieces in it. And if it's priced right, you don't need furniture in it. You could literally have a bounce house in the living room. It's going to sell if it's at the right price. So
probably right.
And it staged correctly.
Well, it's interesting. I want to ask you about the summer slowdown. Okay. So real estate typically starts to slow a little bit in the summer until you hit the end of the summer when everybody's got to be in school.
Yeah.
Right. So they come off the spring. If you look at the cycles of buying cycles, spring is up a little bit, and then it starts to slow down. And then what does everybody want to do? And they're panicking.
Get on the market.
Because you got to get on the market because I got to get those kids in school. So listen, when the market typically slows, that's the time to actually get in. So if you're considering buying, don't wait till August and hope that your kid gets in the school that you want. Call us now so we can start the process and get things moving, because school's going to be starting before you know it. Like, we're hitting that time right now.
Yeah.
And listen, interest rates have dropped just a little bit in the last 2 weeks. It's not going to stay that way, because as soon as the Fed has their next meeting, they're going to raise the Fed rate again.
It's going to bounce again.
It's going to bounce back. So you got a little break in the action.
The dead cat drop.
Take it.
Dead cat bounce.
Right. So you take advantage of that because it's going to work in your favor. Now listen, don't hesitate to give us a call and get things moving. Even if you think that you've got to fix some credit or something, don't try to fix that stuff on your own. You're just going to mess it up worse. Call me. I'll help you get your credit fixed. But there's no reason, with Cleve and I offering a rebate back to the buyer for incentives for closing costs, negotiating seller closing costs, hometown heroes up to $25,000. If you're a first-time home buyer, stop everything and shake your head right now and say, why haven't I called the Loan Arranger? Why haven't I called Cleve Loveland? And do it now. Stop delaying. Why do you make me yell at you like that when you should have done it last year, and I'm telling you to do it this year? Call me right now at 407-250-9144, or Cleve at
407-352-8118. These prices are going to continue to rise, but whatever your real estate goals are, your needs or your dreams, give us a call. We'll be able to help you, or go to lovelandreport.com.
Yep, or the webringyouhome.com. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for listening to the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Show. We appreciate you. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to call us.